Hello everybody, GL1 here. Welcome to the premier online toy museum. And today I want to show you a really cool and affordable alternative to the 2014 Age of Extinction movie Transformer Drift. That's a lot of words. Alright, so Drift was a Bugatti Veyron, and it could transform into a helicopter and into a robot. And later on, there was a third party that ambitiously created a triple changer, Metigate G01 transformer that would transform into all three. Very difficult to do and not cheap, anywhere between a little over $100 to $170, and that could be yours. But at the time, they, hadn't made a triple changer, so they just made, car to robot and helicopter to robot, and then this is just kind of a simplistic. You can see the body underneath; it just transforms. It's kind of like a little bit less sophisticated than something like that. Simpler to transform into a robot. All right, but for $13 on, I believe, AliExpress. Probably Temu as well. You can get this fella here. This is the Monkey King, and it is a triple transformer, and it'll transform into a really cool looking car and a helicopter and robot. And actually, I'll show you here on the instructions. So there you go, and then you can go through there and transforms into this really cool looking car, and then transforms into a helicopter-ish looking kind of vehicle. All right, so here he is in robot form, and it's really neat. Just good coloring, good quality plastic. There's no fading of the gold on it, or rubbing off or anything, so it's as good a quality as any transformers I've ever had. Nice articulation in the knees and the hips, and you can rotate up in here, and you can even rotate the foot forward. You have your shoulders that rotate all around, elbows, and your wrists don't turn, but they can move in and out, and you can move the head all around. That's always really good because that gives him a lot more expressiveness, and you can see a little bit of the simian face, a little bit of monkey look to him. And then here he is all the way around, and there's his tail. So but a really, really cool transformer, and not that hard to transform, and that's always a great thing. All right, so I'm going to transform this fella. So first we're going to transform him into a car. Fold these down. Okay, fold the hands in. See that this is going to turn around here. This is actually your helicopter landing assembly right there. And then you fold that in, close that. These are going to turn around here. Of course, I'm not looking at the instructions, because that's just not my style. All right. I only look at the instructions when I get stuck. All right. I rotate that around. I always go with the attitude with most things in life when I'm installing a pocket door or anything really. I go like, well, if somebody else invented it, I should be able to figure it out. So I always go with that assumption first. I know it might be a little arrogant, but I just try to challenge myself all the time to be able to figure things out, All right, and I may have done this, let's see, wrong here. Yeah, so I just kind of flip this around like that. And then, let's see, that's going to go up. When you buy it, these were not assembled. You had to put those on later. But if they pop off, you can just pop them back on. Actually, yeah, this goes down in here. There, yeah, see this, now this releases is kind of like a click in there. And then that rotates down like that. I think this goes, oh yeah, this goes first, just fold into there. And you see then there's a little peg spot here, and then that there, and then that fits into there. It's got good, you know, fit and finish. Okay, so there you go. And automobile mode, there's not a spot to put this. So that's the only thing that's a little annoying, that they gave him a weapon that you have to store somewhere else, that, you know, because you could lose it. And it makes this noise when you roll it. It sounds like an engine. So that's really cool. All right, and then we're going to go into helicopter mode. This is neat. So this folds out here. And then take a look at that. And look, you don't even have to turn it into a full helicopter to play with it. You could just be like, oh, you know, sort of like the Mach 5, you know, it just can pull out a helicopter blades, and it can be a vehicle, go into helicopter mode. All right. So we'll take these out. And I remember this is a little tricky. So you have to, you see how this is a joint here, so that slides in. So you have to remember that that does that, so that these two pieces can fit together. See, because it can, see how there, you see that? You have to give it that little extra effort. You won't break it. Okay, and then these are going to fold up like that. And let's see, you have your landing gear. And these go back like this. And let me double check my work here, because I don't think I have everything. I'm not sure I have everything correct. Let's see. Yes, I do. It's that simple. That's the helicopter mode. So just make sure these blades are in the right spot. And there you go. And there it's in helicopter mode. So, you know, you can move these out of the way a little bit better. And there you go. Now it's a helicopter. So a really cool triple changer, right? And not really hard to articulate into what you want. I don't know why Transformers had a hard time making something like that. I guess maybe it was really difficult to get to look like Drift. Drift is a cool Transformer. You see him here. I mean, he's got all these, swords and everything. Cool character too. Samurai, got the click joints and everything. But, for, under $20, you can get this. And it's just one heck of a Transformer. So hope you like that. And, get yourself one and enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.